WUSA 9 Weather Impact is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Gray clouds are looming in tomorrow. Weather impact alert for rain, some isolated rumbles of thunder, and some breezy to gusty winds. I'm Mary Marshall with this WUSA 9 Weather Impact update. Tomorrow, we have a weather impact alert from midnight until near the noon hour. So we'll see those showers finally clearing out. They'll start to improve the conditions after about 10 a.m. Rain and showers, some heavy downpours, and windy tomorrow. Extra commute time is going to be needed, and you'll need the rain gear as well as we look at a wet day ahead. Now, today we'll see a few isolated showers pop up, but most of that rain is going to come in later on tonight. Temperatures in the 50s throughout the day, 55 by 6 p.m., 55 by 8 p.m. You're noticing more rain at this point. Around the region, temperatures in the lower to mid 50s, 57 D.C., right around 53 in Gainesville, and 54 in the Fredericksburg area. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast. This is today. Later on this afternoon, about 5 o'clock or so, you can see mostly cloudy conditions, a little hit or miss shower popping up in the area. As I advance until later on tonight, those showers will become a bit more widespread. This is at 8:30. More scattered showers are moving in, and as we get an influx of moisture, that rain is going to get heavier and heavier. After midnight, everybody's trying to sleep. The rain is really going to start coming down. You can see all these areas of yellow, orange, even some reds mixed in there. That's the indication of the pockets of heavy rain, and there's going to be plenty of it moving in overnight. This is at 5 a.m. tomorrow. You can see widespread rain along the area, and you can see many of those areas picking up on the heavy rain. So in the morning, it's going to be windy, it's going to be raining, and it's likely going to really slow down the commute. I would suggest leaving a little bit earlier, tacking on some extra time if you could to prepare for the wet weather on the way. 6:30 in the morning, middle of the rush hour commute, still some rain around the region, same at 7:30, and then this is at 9:30. We can still see those areas of heavy rain. Final push around 11:30 this morning, tomorrow morning rather. You're going to notice that heavy rain, and then after that it will begin to push out of here. So by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it is a bit more dry, but we'll still have some breezy winds to contend with. So when it's all said and done, adding up the raindrops, we could see anywhere from 1 inch. A couple spots could get upwards of 2 inches of rain. If they get under those pockets of really heavy rain, just be prepared for a wet day at the start of Thursday. And then winds are really going to pick up. Look at some of these winds. They'll gust anywhere from 30 miles an hour. East of D.C., we could see gusts upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour. So it is going to be just a very impactful weather day all around. But the good news is, there's always some good news, there's always a treat, is that we do have improving conditions for trick-or-treat. It is going to be a bit breezy and chilly, but it is going to be dry. So 55 Friday afternoon as trick-or-treating is getting underway, and right around 50 as we begin to see the trick-or-treaters coming to an end and closing out that final candy grab. This weekend, dry conditions with temperatures in the low 60s, and high temperatures over the next 5 days will still be a little bit below average, slightly above average as we head toward the Thursday hours, and then we'll get back below it for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, all eyes, of course, still on Hurricane Melissa. We do have the very latest on this, showing the storm is still producing 100-mile-per-hour winds with 120-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It is now headed to the Bahamas. It's about 150 miles away from the central Bahamas islands. So we'll be watching out for that. And even some of the Turks and Caicos Islands could get some of the outer bands of this storm. It's so enormous as it passes through the rest of the Caribbean. Here is the track remaining Cat 2 as we get to later on tonight. And then Thursday, 105-mile-per-hour winds. As we get to later on Thursday, we could see it passing by Bermuda, potentially between a Cat 2 and a Cat 1 storm before it continues to curve out to sea. Your 7-day forecast, look for highs again in the mid-50s today, 60s tomorrow with rain and breezy, and then near 60 for Halloween with cooler conditions, 50s for trick-or-treating, 60s for your Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget to turn back those clocks. You don't want to miss out on that hour of extra sleep. We've got 63 Monday and 61 on Tuesday.